Hey guys, welcome to my Kali terminal, and here in this video I'm going to tell you about FTP, which here is the file transfer protocol, and I'm going to tell you more about FTP, which is the file transfer protocol running on port 20 or 21. Here by default it's running on 21. Here what I'm going to demonstrate is you about more than what you think about FTP. Like here I'm using the Metasploitable 2 and I'm just scanning the Metasploitable 2, just nmap scan, and with nmap and the IP address of my target, and I'm able to see a lot of ports are open. Here we are targeting only FTP, so you can see it's running on the default 21 TCP port, and the service here is FTP. And you know that when you specify -SB, you will be able to see the version of FTP also, right? So -S capital V. But yeah, let's first run this service version. After that I will show you one more thing that you might be looking for. Okay, so I'm just pressing some buttons here. In the meantime, let it scan, and yeah, we have the result here, and we are focusing only on FTP, right? So we have the port 21 TCP and the state is open FTP, and we got the service version, right? So we are going to look more about FTP, and if you get a version about FTP, what you can do is to copy the version and search for an exploit in the browser or in the tools by using the tools like searchploit. You can use searchploit and enter the version, and if you find one, then you will be able to see this VSFTPD 2.3.4 has a backdoor command execution, which is available in the Metasploit tool, and this is how you find it, right? So moreover, what are the things that we can do in FTP? You can also exploit this, right, using my MSF console, right? So let MSF console load. In the meantime, we are going to do something more in about nmap scan. So here what we are here done is just scanning using the service version and scanning using the normal nmap scan. But here I'm gonna do a script scan, -S small s and capital C for a script scan. Here I am able to see it's about 92.57% done. Script scan will reveal more information than what you are getting from some other scans that you get from here, and so that's why I'm running a script scan. If you get an IP, then you can run the script scan -S capital C to get some more information like about FTP we are targeting here. But not only FTP, but also you'll get more information that might be useful for your pen testing. So yeah, pen testing journey. So anyways, so let it was scan. So basically FTP should allow anonymous login, right? So we can exploit FTP using a version vulnerability. You can exploit FTP using an anonymous login. You can gather some information about FTP, and you can do a lot more thing, like you can crack the password of FTP using tools like Hydra for pen testing purposes only. And this video is completely made for educational purposes only. Okay, so I'm just demonstrating that. So anyways, so you can see the Metasploitable 2 the MSF console what's loaded here. So we have the version of our FTP here VSFTPD 2.3.4, which you can see the backdoor command execution that's available here. So we can also use the search command in MSF console and search for these, and we will be able to find that 2.3.4. so you can just use 0 and specify the options to see the thing that we need to specify, which is the R host, which is the target host, which is required. So that means we just need to specify the target host, which means your target host IP address, which is this IP address of a Metasploitable 2 machine here. So by issuing the command set or hosts and this command, and just enter the run command, and it is working. It's saying that please specify the password, and it will work. So you just only need to specify the R host, which is target IP or target host name, to get it done. But here we do not be able to get a session. This is because of Metasploitable 2, maybe any kind of issue. When I run it again, I was able to see found shell and UID equal to 0, GID equal to 0. That means root, we just get access as a root user. Who am I? And you can see I'm a root user, right? So I'm entering /bin/bash minus I, and I was able to get as a root user get access to this machine by exploiting the FTP vulnerability as a root user, right? So this is how you can exploit the version vulnerability in FTP, right? So we have a plenty of things available here in this scan. In this script scan, you can see FTP anon, so anonymous FTP login allowed. By issuing this command, you'll be able to see if FTP is supported by anonymous login, and if there is any content in the in that particular directory, then you will be able to see that contents also from this script scan. But here there is no contents, I think. So you can also perform login using FTP using anonymously, like FTP space the target IP, and the username is anonymous here, and of course the password is also anonymous here. And as you can see, login was successful. When I enter ls, I was not able to see anything, and when I enter ls minus all, I was able to see a dot and dot directory, which means there is nothing in this FTP directory. So I'm just exiting from here in the FTP. And moreover, you can also use tools like Hydra for brute forcing and finding the password of FTP. So here I am going to find the password only. Here I just know that the username here is msfadmin. So assume that if I don't know the password here, what I will do is to perform FTP brute force using tools like Hydra. As you can see, Hydra minus L for specifying the username, so minus capital P for specifying the password word list. Here I'm just specifying a word list which is somewhat custom made by me, and we can specify the FTP colon slash slash the IP address of our target machine, which here is metasploitable2, and minus capital V for verbose. So this is how the verbose looks like. So it's trying a single username for multiple passwords. As you can see, we have 170 password list available here, and it is scanning, it is trying to crack all this using this msf admin username. It is trying lots of password lists, and at the end we were able to find the username and password of FTP. So previously we log in using FTP anonymously. Now we are going to log in using the credentials that we get from Hydra. So as you can see, login was success, and we got something called file.txt hacked vulnerable, something like that, which is created by me only. Okay, so there is nothing other than that. So these are created by me and not others. So it's not the vulnerable may be available in this metasploitable2 machine. The hacked and file.txt was created by me. There's nothing suspicious other than that. We can just get some information more in this like login using FTP using the credentials, right? So I just accessed the FTP using the credentials that I cracked using the tools like Hydra, and I was able to get something more, right? So when I am trying to log in using the anonymous login, I'm not able to get anything, right? So maybe sometimes you will be getting something that is so helpful for finding vulnerabilities and all those things in the anonymous login directory sometimes. And you, this is not the end, guys. So we can also sniff the traffic of FTP. So I'm just going to use the Wireshark tool here. I'm just demonstrating that how we can say that FTP is insecure. So here I'm just starting my sniffing, and here I'm just entering FTP space IP address and entering the username as msf admin as a username and password as msf admin. And here I'm just moving to my Wireshark here, and you can see FTP is here. I'm just stopping all those things, and here I'm just sorting only FTP by entering FTP in the display filter, and I was able to see a lot of things here. Like, so we have the user here, as you can see. Let me zoom that for you. As you can see, it requested the user, and we entered the msf admin, and please specify the password. We entered the password as msf admin, right? And we were able to log in successfully. So it's all going through as plain text. Everything will be in the plain text format, right? So let me sniff that one more thing, and I will show you that. So even when you enter the wrong credentials, it will also work. So let me show you that. So I'm just entering admin, and I'm just entering 123 as the password, and I was not able to log in, right? But still you can see the user was entered admin as a user, and pass was entered 123, and the login is incorrect. It failed to login. So whatever you are entering in the FTP will can be sniffed, right? like this, the attackers can sniff, right? So it's really unsecure, like the HTTP. It's not secure. As you can see, the user and the password was going as plain text, so that's why we can say that FTP is not secure. And this is how you can access FTP using anonymous login. You can just scan it using the script scan, and you will get some more information if it supports anonymous login or not. And you can also use tools like Hydra for cracking FTP. And I'll demonstrate most of the things about FTP. And you can also find and search for the exploits on the versions of FTP that you get from the nmap scan results. You can just open the browser and search here the version and search for exploits here. So instead of going depending only on the search plot, you can also search exploits in the browser to get some more information. Sometimes not all the tools, not all the exploits will be available in the search plot, but you will be able to get something more in the web rather than the search plot tool. So this is all about FTP, guys. So I hope you learned a lot about FTP in this video, and thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.